Hey guys, Giggity Game come back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down the tier slate for the NBA on November 25th, 2019. We are joined by Earl, aka EARLE DFS. I go on his channel sometimes too. Link to that will be in the description below. Go ahead, check it out, subscribe, like, follow. Also, links to both of the Instagram and Twitters for Giggity Gaming and for EARLE DFS will be in the link in the description below. Go ahead, follow those as well. He's going to start posting more on his stuff as well.
Yeah.
But in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the tier slate for today. Want to just hop into it?
Let's go for it.
All right, we're going to start off with tier number 4. No, I'm kidding. Tier number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo going up against Utah. This is actually, I know I go against him a lot. This is not my favorite play for tier 1 for today. Wow, what? But he's been averaging 62 points in the year. Definitely a viable option. I just have a better choice for tonight because he is going up against Utah, which is a slower paced team and a better defensive team altogether. Do you think you're getting much Giannis tonight?
I am. I think I would. Giannis, number one, he's almost like matchup proof. He'll get you 50 plus regardless of who he's playing against. They are at home, which means that they will have more of an advantage tonight, I think. The Utah Jazz are not as good of a defensive team when they're on the road. It's almost like when a team like Colorado Rockies go and play on the road. Their hitting's not that great. When Utah Jazz go on the road, their defense isn't as good. Their pace isn't as good because Utah is one of the toughest places to play in the NBA. So I do like Giannis Antetokounmpo today. He's my top projected player on this slate, or on the tier.
Okay. All right, and then we go on to the second one, LeBron James going up against San Antonio, whose defense has not been as strong as they normally have been with Greg Popovich.
They've lost 8 of 9 games.
Yeah, and this is probably going to be 9 of 10 for them now. LeBron, 46, 55, 59, 68, 58, 52, 45, 47, 39. He's got a good floor. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing him much because I do have a better option than LeBron James. I think Giannis would be a little bit better than him, but Giannis is my number 2 actually on this tier, and we'll get to my number 1 in just a second. But LeBron James, do you have much of him?
Hit or miss. I do like one other person higher than James, other than Giannis. So
I will say I would like James a lot better if, for some reason, Anthony Davis does get ruled out. Then I would like James a little bit better
for sure.
But not as much as my number 1 pick, which is going to be right underneath him, Karl Anthony Towns going up against Atlanta. I have a feeling I'm going to get to him a lot more than I'm going to get to James, Giannis, and Young, just because he has the big triple-double upside. And going up against Atlanta, which is basically a G League team, and besides Trae Young, and it's just tough to avoid Karl Anthony Towns tonight. He is averaging 54 points. He's getting over 30 minutes, but he really doesn't need to get 40 plus minutes. Of course, when he did get 40 plus, he did get 60 points. But he's been getting them. He got 63 points in 33 minutes. So honestly, not a concern of mine. I would prefer Karl Anthony Towns over Giannis in this point, and over James and Young. What are you thinking?
I think Karl Anthony Towns is lined up to have a triple-double tonight. Atlanta's defense is horrible. And if you look at it this way, Karl Anthony Towns is going up against Damian Jones, Alex Len, and Bruno Fernando.
Actually, no, Fernando is with the G League affiliate.
They just promoted him back up.
Did they? Okay.
Yep. And my advice with Damian Jones is he has 6 fouls. Use them wisely. He's going to foul out within 20 minutes tonight, I have a feeling. And then that's going to lead Alex Len to have to pick up most of these center minutes, and he is not a good defensive center. I think Karl Anthony Towns will absolutely have his way with this Atlanta defense, and I feel like we always want to target players against Atlanta.
Oh yeah, it's like targeting players against like the Miami Dolphins in football or Miami Marlins in baseball. You're gonna want to go up against Atlanta. That's always gonna be your best option, other than facing Washington. That's the other matchup that I like a little bit more than that.
So, who's your pick for Tier 1 then?
Karl-Anthony Towns. Trae Young, we forgot to get into him, is pretty much the only piece from Atlanta, besides Jabari Parker, that you would actually want to get. I don't see myself getting to Trae Young now, so I don't think we need to get into discussion about him. Mm-hmm. He's probably my number 4 for this tier. Tier number 2, Anthony Davis with a Q tag. He is probable. But he has a shoulder injury, which is okay. The shoulder is a little bit different than, say, like, I don't know, shoulder, because it's all with shooting, and I feel like he doesn't play up to his max potential, just because of his shoulder injury. He's not his 100% form. I don't see myself getting to him tonight for tier 2. Yes, he's been doing decent this year, but I have a hard time going to Anthony Davis sometimes, just because he has the Q tag and he is questionable every single night.
Looks like he's averaging around 1.6, 1.7 fantasy points per minute still, with 35, 37 minutes. That's still really nice.
I just feel like there's a better option on this tier than Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And that's has a better floor, at least.
Yeah. He's my best projected player. I'll go get that.
Okay. But with Anthony Davis, it's really hard to get to him. My next option is Damian Lillard, going up against the Baby Bulls. I feel like Lillard is going to be my better choice for tonight. He did get 36 minutes on his first game back. I'm liking Lillard. I think he can get that 50-point performance. And just against the Bulls, I feel like that's a good matchup for him, and no reason for me not to go to him. The other two are going up against each other, Joel Embiid and Pascal Siakam. That's gonna be a good battle tonight. If you're gonna get one, I think I would rather head towards the Pascal Siakam area, just because he's gonna get more minutes equal money. I probably might go to Pascal Siakam over Damian Lillard in some points, but because Siakam's been averaging 40, 35, 35, 41. 41, 44, 42. It's hard to get away from Pascal Siakam. What do you think about this tier? Who are you getting?
I like Anthony Davis, the highest projected player, but I like Joel Embiid better. Just because I don't like the Q tag, I don't like the injury or the shoulder problem that Anthony Davis is having. Joel Embiid's projected about 51 points according to DFS Army, which is leading this tier. So plus Joel Embiid, we're not doing prices, never mind. But Joel Embiid's an interesting play, and he's been playing much better lately. So I definitely would be interested in playing him.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to tier number 3. Try to get through this without making a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
Andre Drummond, Sabonis, Mitchell, Gobert, McCollum. I have 1 to 2 that I actually like from this. I'm liking Sabonis.
Yep.
Sabonis is probably going to be my highest played from tier 3 tonight. He's been averaging pretty good. He's been getting a decent amount of minutes. Nothing like the Raptors' numbers of minutes, but 35 against Orlando. Kind of liking that. And then I am liking Mitchell. Getting 54, 44. He's been getting the minutes as well. Honestly, for a player like Mitchell, I definitely like getting to him and to Sabonis in the situation. I'll probably get to more Mitchell than Sabonis, to be honest. But I go there. And Drummond would be my third choice, just because he's going up against our Orlando team that's a little bit slow paced, and I'm just not buying into this into the Drummond Blake Griffin playing together. It just does not work out well for him. Drummond's numbers have been down since Blake Griffin has come back, and quite frankly, I'm just not a fan. What do you think?
There's two players I absolutely like from this tier. I do like Drummond. He's projected second highest on this tier. And then Sabonis, I really like. He's top projected. Rudy Gobert has that Q tag, so we got to watch out for that one.
He's considered questionable.
Yeah. And when we look into the Detroit and Orlando game, Drummond actually has a pretty decent matchup with no Vucevic for Orlando. It looks like Jonathan Isaac may be getting some 5 minutes. So if he goes up against Drummond, Drummond should have his way there, because that's just a mismatch right there. So I'm actually kind of liking Drummond for this matchup. So
yeah, I think I'm hitting Sabonis and Mitchell than Drummond, but I definitely like him. McCollum's just under the radar now. I feel like he should be a tier 4, tier 5 player. He shouldn't be up as high.
Especially with Damian Lillard back.
Especially with Dame back, you shouldn't see him paired up with Sabonis and Mitchell and Drummond. He's just not that high up with Lillard on the floor. Tier number 4. Butler, Love, Van Vliet, Didi, Levine, and Isaac, 2 players on this tier that absolutely killed me 2 nights ago. One of them was Zach LaVine, who magically pulled out a 60-point performance out of his ass. Don't know how the fuck he did it. 49-point game. He carried the Bulls against Charlotte to a win.
I know how he did it. He hit 13 three-pointers.
It's just, that completely hurt me, that tier. And then Isaac, another one who killed me the other night, because what did he have? He had 51 points, which was top in that tier as well, and I did not have it. I think my top in that tier got like 30-something, so that hurt me. So I can see myself going back to Levine, or going to Levine in this case, but I feel like the best option on the slate is Jimmy Butler. Against Charlotte, he's going to get his minutes, he's going to get his usage. He's been averaging 42 points this year. He had a struggle game against his former team in Philadelphia. He only played 30 minutes, made 4 out of 13 shots, did not play any of the fourth quarter. That completely killed me, because I had him in that tier. It was just ugly. But I will go back to him today. The only other option on this slate that I want, on this tier that I want to go to, is Fred VanVleet, but that's a little bit of a tougher position against Philadelphia. The rest of them, I don't go to San Antonio. I hate going to San Antonio, especially against LA tonight. Zach LaVine's a hit-or-miss player, and Isaac, I have a hard time getting to anybody from Orlando besides Vooch when he was healthy.
Yeah.
But I'm liking Butler, and I'm liking VanVleet. What do you think?
There's one player that I absolutely love on this slate, and that's Jimmy Butler. Going up against Charlotte, that's just a slam dunk matchup. So if I would have to go someone else, Fred VanVleet doesn't look half bad, and Zach LaVine against Portland, who's been not that great this year, doesn't look terrible either.
I mean, you figured that Carmelo Anthony would help Portland, right?
No, especially not defensively.
But Butler and VanVleet for this tier.
Yep.
Move on to the next one, which has Andrew Wiggins, Ben Simmons, LaMarcus Aldridge, Eric Bledsoe, Ja Morant, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Bogdan Bogdanovic. Big one on this slate, questionable Bogdanovic. Is he actually questionable, probable, doubtful? What is it going to say on here? Probable.
Okay, cool. This guy's the best player that Sacramento has, even with De'Aaron Fox.
Fox is better, but with Fox out, Bogdanovic is definitely a good option. If he plays, I could definitely see myself going there. My top 3 plays, I think, from this would have to be Dinwiddie, which with this Brooklyn team that's still without Kyrie Irving, I definitely like that position. John Morant, I really like as well, because who else does Memphis have, honestly, against an Indiana team, which is a decent paced team, so I definitely like that one. And then Andrew Wiggins against Atlanta, because Atlanta doesn't have much else. Andrew Wiggins, I think, is back for his second game or something after his grandmother died. Let's see. Oh, no, he missed a week.
Yeah.
Played 2 games, got 34, 36 minutes, 30-something points each. I don't see myself going there as much. I like Dinwiddie and Morant for this tier. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Dinwiddie against Cleveland is definitely the best play on this tier. I don't see me getting to anyone else. Playing classic mode, I feel like I want to lock down Dinwiddie even at 7,600. I feel like he's just a must play until Karis LeVert and Kyrie Irving gets back, because he's just has so much usage on that team, around 35%, where it's just you can't get away from him, which he's actually a good player too. It's not like, oh, he's just a backup getting extra minutes. He is a starter level talent in the NBA. Like, he'd be a starter on so many other teams. So
100%. So Dinwiddie will probably be the main one in this thing. Maybe Bledsoe if you really want to get to him. But Dinwiddie's going to be my number 1 for tier 5. And then Bogdanovich if he plays.
yes.
Tier 6. Bam Bam Adebayo. Tatum, Thompson, SGA, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Buddy Hield, Mike Conley. I have 1 to 2 plays in this that I actually am considering. I'm liking Big Bam Bam, and I probably could go SGA. I could go Thompson. I just don't see myself going anywhere else this year. Bam against Charlotte has got a great matchup. Maybe Tatum against Sacramento at high-paced teams. And then Thompson's going up against Brooklyn, which Brooklyn's going to have Allen at the center. So that could be a decent matchup tonight. But what are you thinking? I'm not really a big fan of the bottom 5 in this, or the bottom 4.
I feel like there's 4 to 5 plays on this tier that could score, that could separate first and fifth on this tier by like 3 points. I like Bam. I like Tatum. And then SGA going against Golden State, which the Santa Cruz Warriors are not good this year. They're like terrible. Chris Paul, as much as I hate playing him, could be a decent play tonight going against Golden State. And then Thompson, I guess you can get to against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's got, I think, DeAndre Jordan as their center, so it's not like he's going up against the toughest player. But those are my plays for that tier. There's a lot for tier 6.
Oh, yeah, there 100% is. Yeah. Bam, probably number 1 play for me, SGA, and then Tatum. That'd probably be my top 3 for this tier. I just don't see myself going to Chris Paul. I don't see myself going to Blake Griffin. Buddy Hield is a hit-or-miss player, and I'd rather get to Bogdanovich. And Mike Conley is Mike Conley. No other explanation needed.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for the tier slate tonight. Let me know what you guys are playing in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, share the video, follow on the socials. All those will be in the links in the description. And we'd like to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.